Death Note, Light Yagami is a brilliant teenager. He is so smart, top of the class. He is also very popular with the females. And one day he is bored looking out the window and he sees this notebook fall out of the sky. And he goes to investigate after class and he sees on the front is written Death Note. He opens it up and sees that he can supposedly kill anyone that if he writes their name and visualize their face in his head. At first he thinks it's bull, but then he decides to take it home anyways and try it out on this criminal he sees on the TV. It turns out it works. It does kill that person. So soon he decides he is going to become God and pass judgment on all those who commit crimes. And soon an investigator named L starts to get on his case, like his criminal case, and it becomes a cat and mouse game between Light and L. I need to start with a preface. Everything I'm about to say applies to the first 25 episodes of Death Note. There are 37 episodes in the show. Let's start with the characters. Light Yagami actually is a very compelling character. He has some darkness in him. He has a weird sense of justice. But at the same time, he likes females. He's a teenager. He takes exams. And he's a very relatable character. And I actually kind of liked him. I was not rooting for him. Not because that he is evil and kills people without thinking. But that L is such a wonderful character. He is so specific with everything he does, whether it be investigating or eating, and just his back and forth with Light is what makes the show compelling. While Light and L's back and forth is by far the highlight of this show, there are some other really good things going for it. The side characters are all pretty good. Some of them are just kind of comedy characters, but some of them are pretty decent characters, especially the chief of police, who is actually Light's father. And it's interesting when that comes into play. But also the plot is just really well, paced. It's very well paced. The plot itself is good. And there are some very genuine levels of tension. But then there's also times where it can be a bit over dramatic. And if you know about the potato chip scene, you understand how Death Note can be incredibly over dramatic. Also, the animation is good, and while the music can make those scenes way too over dramatic, the score itself on its own is actually pretty good. Okay, time for a quick spoiler, because I gotta talk about episodes 26 through 37. So, I gotta talk about a quick spoiler. So, if you want to not hear the spoiler, click here, it should be around here, and it'll take you to the parts where I'm not talking about spoilers. Okay, you have been warned. So, in the 25th episode, Light is able to outsmart L, and L dies. And this is where the series takes a serious turn for the worst. Like, really, really bad. Okay, out of the spoiler time. So, because of that event, they have to bring in a new antagonist. And the new antagonist is a copy of the previous one. And that's a problem. And it might not be a problem on the outset, but the person's not interesting. They try to make it like the former one, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. And that's not the only problem. His dynamic with Light is not nearly as interesting, and the last 12 episodes become convoluted and really just dumb, and the finale is awful. It all of a sudden becomes not Death Note. It's not what Death Note used to be. All of a sudden it becomes a, haha, fooled you, but then I fooled you again, and I'm like, well, that's fine, but I didn't really care in the first place. And it just wasn't well done. Last thing I gotta talk about before I score this thing. You have to talk about opening songs when you talk about anime. And I really like Death Note's first song. The second song, no, not at all. I don't mind screamo music at all. I like some screamo music. But when literally the title of your song is "What's Up, People" and a show as serious as Death Note, you've done something wrong. And also, this song just isn't good. So, there's that. So, taking all that into consideration, I have decided I'm going to give Death Note an A-. I was very close to giving it a B+, but I'm going to go with A-. I think that is the right score for Death Note. So that is it. Now, I want to know what you all think of Death Note. Comment below. Also, subscribe to my channel, please. It would mean the world to me. There is tons of anime, movie, TV show, and even some news. There are reviews coming for all of that stuff, so please subscribe, and thank you for watching this video.